What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the Mattel Masters of the Universe Origins Wave 11 figures. So we're starting to get into like the Snake Men characters a lot. So we got a lot of Snake characters coming up in these next couple waves. So first up in this wave, we have Snake Armor He-Man. So it's the 2000s version of He-Man just with the Snake Armor on. So got additional armor and weapons stuff. So he looks pretty cool there. And then from our actual Snake Man, first we have Kobra Khan, which is cool. We did the Camo Con exclusive. So now we just have the normal Kobra Khan. And then we also have Rattlor. So again, pretty cool with the Snake type characters, like I said, that we're getting into. And then we get another Sunman universe character of Boltman, which looks pretty cool with that blue color. So all of these look really cool that I'm excited to check them out. So let me get them out of the package and we'll take a look at them together. Well, let's start off with Snake Armor He-Man, which is the 2002 version of He-Man from that series, where I think it was like the second season or something, they started bringing in the Snake Man and He-Man got the Snake Armor, which is where Adam used the power of Grayskull to upgrade his armor to fight the returning Snake Man to Eternia, and has a venom-proof armor with a Cordite Snake Pincher accessory that comes with it as well. So overall looks pretty cool, and as I said, it is that 2002 version of He-Man, so we have the same head pretty much as it, and I'll bring that in later. So pretty much has that same head design and pretty similar chest design there as well, but has the snake armor, so he's got the armor that covers up most of his body there with the piece coming up here around his neck, and then has the big shoulder armor as well that has the snake design on there, so that looks pretty cool. And then the armor continues down his arm, and he's got this forearm guard there as well where the pincher goes in, so that's pretty cool. Love the gold on that as well. And then we get his new loincloth design, so he has all these leather straps and stuff, again the snake design there on his belt with brown leather and the green leather straps, and even some metal armor there that go all the way around, so protecting him. And then still on his right side, he's got metal going all down his legs, so he's completely covered there and covered with the shin guards and the green boots there on his feet. Now this arm and leg on the left here are still bare though, so he's kind of exposed, but still looks pretty cool overall. And like I said, especially with that head design stuff, it's definitely the 2000s version. So for his movements, be the same as all the other times before, so it'll twist all the way around, can look down that far, can look up that far, so pretty decent there. Then we'll do this shoulder, especially since it would have the limitations, but still comes up to 90 and can rotate around. Now it probably won't rotate all the way around because of this shoulder piece, but can still rotate around there. We get this single elbow joint that can bend close to 90 there and has a rotation, and the wrist can twist all the way around and flex back and forth. Then we have the twist at the waist, twist all the way around, and the hips can come up a little and out to the side there. We have the single knee joint that can bend back and rotate with the shin twist at the boot there, twist all the way around, with the foot that can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So same movements as usual with the Origins, and we'll see that multiple times today. But overall, he looks really cool. Love the look with the snake armor and stuff. Just adds more to that He-Man design. And with that, we can add in his accessories. So as I mentioned, he has the Cordite Snake Pincher. So this gold snake pincher that looks almost like an earwig like pincher thing, but looks pretty cool that we have that. And this just easily slides into his gauntlet piece here. So you can just slide that up in there just like that. So now he's got this pincher on the end of his arm that he can use to pinch onto snakes and stuff. And of course, with it being the 2000s version, we get his sword as well. So the awesome looking sword there that we got with the last figure. So looks pretty cool there that we'll put into this hand. So there is He-Man with the sword and that pincher now, so he's definitely ready to fight some snake men, which is pretty cool. And then with that, we can bring in that 2000s version figure. So there's the figure. So again, has the pretty similar chest plate design and same head designs there. Just looks like the hair color changed a little bit, but still looks pretty cool there to have the snake armor version of He-Man now to go along with all the snake men we're getting, so he can fight against them. And then we have Kobra Khan, which we recently looked at the Camo Con exclusive version, but this is Kobra Khan, which was a cross between a man and a cobra of the evil warriors that had dual allegiances to the Snake Men and Skeletor, but he sprays a sleeping mist to render his opponent unconscious, and overall looks pretty cool. So this was, I want to say, probably like the first Snake Man we saw in the series, but then especially like in the 2000s version when the Snake Man became a thing, he switched over to their side, but looks pretty cool overall. So has the snake head design, so has the snake, with the snake little nose and mouth that's open there to spray the stuff out, and I love how they added the white to make it, like the teeth or whatever there, with the eyes that are sort of closed, so looks pretty cool. I definitely don't like this head like on the Camo Con. We switched out the head because the other one looked better, but yeah, not my favorite head design, but it still looks decent. And then he's got the all green body, of course, for being a snake, so he's got the scaly midsection with the brown like straps going around, almost like suspender straps or something, but those brown designs there going into the underwear where he's got, again, like snake design underwear with brown and bright green on top. top, and then down the arms, just green arms that go down to the furry arms where it's got the little spines there that we've seen on past figures, and then the green legs going all the way down to the boots, but in brown this time. So it looks pretty decent overall. Nothing too special, but I definitely love CamoCon much more, but still pretty cool to have Kobra. But let's do the moon. So head twist around, can look down that far and up that far, so pretty decent. Shoulders up to 90 and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint to 90 with rotation and wrist twist around and flex back and forth. Then we got the waist that'll twist all the way around. Hips can come up that far and out to the side. Single knee joint back with rotation, shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot flex back and forth and twist side to side. So overall looks pretty decent. Like I said, definitely not my favorite design. Love the CamoCon head that we got with it instead. But like I said, still looks cool to have the KobraCon version. But for accessories, first we get his sleep spray. So we have the little spray that can come out of his mouth. So you just take and shove this up in his mouth there. So it's spraying out there. So that's pretty cool with the nice bright green design, which is cool. And then we also get his gun. So he comes with the orange gun we've seen multiple times. So let's put this into his hand. So there's KobraCon ready for attack now, ready to render people unconscious and maybe shoot them and stuff. But looks pretty cool overall. But as I keep mentioning, we do have the CamoCon. So we'll bring CamoCon in here, which again is the same figure. It was just an exclusive that was repainted. I believe it was from Argentina. So we got this figure that's got the camo design. So he just got the different colors sprayed on, but it's going to be the exact same body. And then this one has the gold pinchers and then gold feet as well. And then has the head with the like Kobra fan there. So that is pretty cool. So that's why I love this head much more than this one, because it just looks pretty weird. But really cool to have KobraCon and CamoCon now. So pretty cool to have those together. And I'd say pretty decent overall for our first Snake Man. And then we also have Rattlor, again another Snake Man, and he's the general of the Snake Man army and the right hand to King Hiss, and he can elongate his neck to attack his enemies as well as rattle his tail menacingly, which I think is pretty cool that he actually has a rattle. I hope you could hear that there, so pretty cool. He's got that, just probably something thrown inside that can rattle around, but he looks overall like a snake, much better than KobraCon, so I love this design much more. So he's got the snake head there, so it looks like a snake, almost like a rattlesnake design, which of course he is. So he's got the scaling design there with the nice yellow eyes and the big fang teeth and even the forked tongue coming out, so that's pretty cool. And he's got like this brownish red body, like I don't know exactly what to describe it, but body there with the snake scaling on the bottom in yellow that I love, and then has the yellow and blue scaling down his arms, which is really cool. Love that design there. And it continues down his legs. He's got the belt around his waist with the snake on it, of course being a part of the Snake Man, and then on his back has some scaling that goes down all the way into a tail piece that has the rattle there at the end of it. Of course the rattle's inside the middle of the body and not there, and this is just a thin piece that can bend around and stuff. But overall just looks really cool. Love this design, different feet there than we've seen before as well, so we've got that. Overall just looks really cool. So definitely Rattler's like one of my favorites of this wave just because of his look. But we'll do the movement. So the head can twist all the way around. It can look down that far and up that far, so a little bit of back and forth. The shoulders can come up to 90 and rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends and has rotation, as well as the wrist that twists around and flex back and forth. Then we go to the twist at the waist, so it can twist all the way around. Got to worry about the belt there, but can twist around. The hips can come up a little and then out to the side. We get the single knee joint that bends back and has rotation with the shin twist there in the middle of the leg, and the foot flex back and forth and twist side to side. So pretty decent movements. It's got a little bit better like build and stuff, so it's a little bit different than what we've seen. Still all the same joints and stuff, but just a little bit different. Now one thing that's annoying about him though is this tail. Like it is flexible and stuff, but on like the table it keeps wanting to like push him forward, so I have some issues standing him. So you either gotta bend a little bit so it sits like that, or it just kind of like pushes him forward on his feet, so you just have to kind of work around with it to get it to stand. But for accessories, first we get his extending neck. So as I mentioned, he has a neck that extends, so we have this. So let's go and switch it out. So there he has his extended out neck, which looks pretty, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to have that on there, but yeah, it just looks way too ridiculous. I don't know if I have it in the wrong direction or something. No, I'm pretty sure that's the way it should go. So yeah, it just looks really weird, so definitely not a thing I would want, but cool that it has that feature since he does do that. And then he also comes with his staff that has a snake wrapped all the way around it, so he has the staff there, so it looks like a diamond back with the diamonds there and the Rattler on there and the big snake head there, so that's pretty cool. So let's try and put this in his hand. So there Rattler has the staff now, able to command the Snake Man army, so looked pretty cool. Like I said, definitely my favorite of the wave. I just love the way he looks, love the snakeness. It seems to work out a little bit more than everything. Just looked pretty crazy with that long neck, so I would definitely not use that, but still pretty cool to have Rattler overall. I think he's cool, love the rattle to him and stuff, and just overall pretty cool looking figure. And our final figure is of Boltman from the Sunman universe, and he's a Native American that was given a turquoise headband that holds the souls of all the great chiefs and braves and gives him the power to heal and regenerate molecules by 2 bolts of lightning that pass through his chest, and whatever they touch can be restored. So that sounds pretty cool. Love the look of this. So he's got the Native American design, so he's got the longer black hair and the skin tone of it, so that looks pretty cool. Love that design. And it has the face there, which overall looks pretty decent. It's hard to sometimes tell, but they just kind of try to create the like ethnicity or whatever and stuff. So overall, I think it's pretty decent. But I love the turquoise color. To me, it just looks like a light, like baby blue, but it's supposed to be turquoise with that headband, as I mentioned, that like gives him his powers. And then he has the chest plate as well there in that color, so it looks pretty cool with the lightning bolt there and the storage spot for his weapons there on the back, which is awesome. And then I love how he's got the wristbands in the blue color as well with orange, the orange diamond and straps, and then blue underwear with black belt and like a yellowish color diamond. And down on his feet, he's got the blue boots as all the Sunman characters have, with orange on the tip and that star in there. So overall, it looks pretty cool. You know, fits just with the other Sunman characters. Looks has, you know, same pretty much basic body design, much like the He-Man characters, but just a character of different ethnicity. And overall, I think he looks cool, especially the blue colors. Well, let's do the movement. So the head can twist around, can sort of twist all the way around, kind of hard there with his hair and stuff. We can look down that far and up that far. So not the best movements out of all, but still pretty decent. The shoulders can come up to 90 and rotate all the way around, kind of stiff there, can rotate with the single elbow joint that bends there and has rotation, and the wrist twist around and flex back and forth. Then we got the twist at the waist, so twist all the way around. Hips can come up and out to the side, single knee joint back with rotation, and shin twist at the top of the boot with the foot that can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So the exact same movement. So it kind of gets boring just looking at these characters because they all are pretty much built the same, have the same movement stuff. So nothing new, just the little different designs to each of them. But as I mentioned, he has lightning bolts for weapons that he can use. So we get these 2 blue lightning bolts, which are cool. Have little hook things here on then, which I think just help for the stuff because we can take and stick these into his back, and they kind of like help hook in there. So it kind of keeps them from like falling out and everything. But you can definitely store those back there. So he has those, but let's go ahead and try and put them in his hands. So they're definitely not the easiest for him to hold just because they're so thin. So if you put them in just right, they'll stand in. But if they just get twisted a little, they immediately just fall out. So you have to be careful with that. But looks pretty cool, especially with those lightning bolts. Just looks really awesome there. So really cool to have Boltman here. And as I said, he's part of the Sunman universe, so we can bring in Sunman here with him. So definitely starting to build out a lot of these Sunman characters, which is cool. I know we only have one of the villains, so we need some more villains to go along with it. But for our heroes, we're getting a good collection of them. So awesome to now have Boltman added in with the Sunman. Well, that is it for Wave 11 of the Masters of the Universe Origin figures, where we got Snake Armor, He-Man, Kobra, Rattler, and Boltman. So all are pretty cool. Love the designs of each one, each unique and stuff. Like I said, definitely Rattler is my favorite, as well as the Snake Armor He-Man, just because I love that armor and stuff on him. And then Kobra was okay. Like I said, definitely prefer the Camo version, and Boltman looks cooler. Like I said, definitely love that blue just on him. It makes him stand out quite a bit. So pretty good wave overall, I must say. So let me know what you thought of them down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this review, let me know with a thumbs up. Well, and thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.